Would you believe this photo was taken using just a Canon R10 and a smartphone with no expensive studio setup? In this video, we'll show you exactly how we did it using off-camera flash. From smartphone setup to DSLR tricks, it's easier than you think. Welcome. In this video, we're going to teach you how to shoot amazing portraits using off-camera flash. Whether you're using a Canon R10 or even your smartphone, this tutorial is for you.
Good afternoon. Today we're going to show you how to use off-camera flash with your Canon Mirrorless R10 with an 18 to 150 set at 24 and an iPhone. So basically the setup involves one or two off-camera flash.
Let's begin with the most important tool in our setup.
We will start first with one off-camera flash. We are using the CPFlash550. Okay. Now this one is set at master. If it's a master, you set the dip switch up and then you can connect up to 7 CPFlash if there are many of you taking the pictures.
Now let's walk through how it all works together, especially with mobile phones.
Okay, Jona here is our model. We're using an iPhone as well. If you're going to use a mirrorless or a DSLR for your off-camera flash, then you don't really need a CPFlash. But if you need both iPhone, Android phones, and DSLR at the same time, you will need CPFlash because only the CPFlash can take pictures off camera with an iPhone or a smartphone. So we are only using one flash, a master flash. So let's do it with a smartphone. Here is a smartphone. So connecting the CPFlash to an iPhone or an Android phone is easy. All you need to do is download the app in Google Play Store and the App Store. Currently, here is the app right now. So to connect it to your CPFlash, you press the app. Okay, then you connect it to Bluetooth. Okay, and there you are. You're now connected. You can adjust the power each an individual CPFlash up to 5 of them. In our case, we are only connecting one right now. So we can test it by pressing this to test the CPFlash. Okay, that's it. You can also turn on the video light and so on and so forth.
Let's take our first smartphone shot. Watch how the light wraps around the face.
What you need to do is you lock focus on the face of Jona. Then reduce the exposure to a level where it's almost cannot be seen. And then use the flash trigger to take a picture. Smile, Jona. Smile, lean. Okay, smile. Make a natural pose. Ready? Smile. So here's the shot. Here's the shot of Jona. And so let's try another pose, Jona. Can you do a basic pose like that? Okay, lean to your left. Okay, so I'll take a picture of Jona. Smile, Jona. Okay. Here's the shot of Jona.
Now let's elevate it further. Here's how a second light can enhance the image.
Now, you can also use more than one CPFlash with your shot. For example, this CPFlash, we set it at slave and it's at slave 0. So it's down. Okay. So let's turn on this light and see what will be the effect of this light if we use it with. By the way, you can use as many CPFlash as you want. So let's take it. Do something like that. Now, 2 hands. Okay, then you look at me and you smile. Okay, ready? Smile. So if you look at it, there's a projection at the back with the CPFlash. So let's adjust the angle of projection so that it won't be hitting Jona's face. Ready? Smile, fire. Okay. So this one is more obvious now. You have this light that looks like a window in your background. Okay.
Let's now switch to using a mirrorless camera for those wanting more manual control.
Now, you can actually take a shot, both shot, together with your DSLR or your mirrorless camera. I can actually take a shot together, or I can also use a flash trigger. This is my R10 mirrorless. It's currently set at manual, ISO 400, shutter speed is 100, f8. Okay, so I'll take Jona's picture here. Okay, and please fire the trigger if you're ready.
Alright, what do you think?
So here is the shot. Here is the shot with an R10 mirrorless. Underexposed. We can increase the exposure by 1/3 stop. Now I can also use this hot shoe trigger. This is a manual hot shoe trigger. So I can turn this on. I can test this if the CPFlash is working. There you are. So okay, so we will take both pictures. Okay, I will now fire the CPFlash. So here is the shot with the R10. The first shot was too advanced. It did not capture the fire, but the second and third and fourth shot and the fifth shot both have the pictures. That's a very nice. Okay, ready? I'll take your picture again. 1, 2, yan. Okay, there you are. Here's the shot with the R10. See, it's a multiple shot. The first shot was not captured again, but the second, third, and fourth shot and the fifth shot both have the pictures.
Let's explore how you can modify the light to get unique effects using common items.
Okay, let's use this modified kerosene lantern. Okay, so the CPFlash comes in with a hot shoe, with a smartphone trigger, with multiple magnetic filters. Okay, so I'm going to put this here inside. So the CPFlash is now inside the lantern. Now we're going to take exactly the same shots. By the way, you can also use this as a video light source. But in our case, we're going to use the flash. By the way, the flash is just 550 watts of continuous LED lighting. So there's no way that you won't be able to capture this because it's just a continuous LED lighting. Ready? 1, 2, 3. This seems to be a very bright light source.
Just to keep in mind, the CPFlash 550w2 works best indoors or in shaded environments like this. It's not designed to overpower direct sunlight, so plan your outdoor shoots accordingly.
So we can now adjust the power. We can now adjust the power of slave 0 to let's reduce it to just 20%. Okay, then ready. 1, 2, 3, fire. Okay, so here's the shot. So I think we can still decrease the CPFlash power to just 5%. We will reduce the slave 0 power to just 5%. Then let's put it here within the camera. Again, we focus it on the face of Jona and then reduce the power output. Yeah, that's like it. Maintain that smile. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here is now the flash at 5% power. Maybe let's remove this orange filter. Okay, so the orange filter is distracting. Let's test it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, see? There you are. Again, let's take another shot. The contrast seems to be very high. 1, 2, 3. So that's the effect of a second lamp. But I like the effect of the window effect here. Okay, smile. Okay. So here's the shot using an R10.
Let's wrap up with a key advantage of using CPFlash over traditional xenon flashes.
One advantage of using a CPFlash versus regular xenon bulb flash is that if you're a camera club or if there are many of you shooting, let's say in a seminar, everybody can actually shoot because the flash output of the CPFlash duration is 500 millisecond or 1/2 second. That's more than enough time for any DSLR or any mirrorless to capture the image. You do not actually need a flash trigger necessarily, no? But for convenience, I'm now using a flash trigger. But if I have friends, if there are 20 of us here taking the picture, they don't really need a flash trigger. They just wait for the flash to fire, and then they take the same shots at the same time. Okay, let's see, smile again. 1, 2, 3. So here's the shot. So I captured 1, 2, 3, 3 shots.
Let's take one last look at the difference this setup made.
Okay, smile. Okay. So this is it. Compare this with the previous picture where her face is dark. Look at the difference between these two pictures. This picture, her face is dark, so I asked her to readjust it, and now her face is smooth. Okay, so that's it for today. That's how you take pictures using two off-camera flash. So this setup are all temporary. The windows, the board, and of course this wooden one. The hat, you can really set up your image professionally by just using your iPhone. You do not really need any expensive equipment to be able to set up portrait shoots of your friends, your family, using an iPhone. Of course, you can also use DSLR or a mirrorless camera with a CPFlash. So thank you very much, and that will be all for today. Wait for our next video tutorials on using off-camera flash using the CPFlash. Thank you.